On this free training, I'm going to reveal one of the most important, I would say even the most important factor on how you can cash out at the top. All of those testimonials here, and I got a ton more, but this page just can cover this, are all from people that took my advice and sold Bitcoin at 58K. So for everyone that don't know, I sold and I told everyone to sell Bitcoin around this zone at 58K, and you can verify the proof you got on my YouTube channel. So all of these things, more proof you know the game. I'd wish I'd taken your advice. Thank you so much. Great call back then. And all of this type of stuff are all from people that, as I said, took my advice. Now, I'm not here to brag on how we did it or stuff like that. I'm here to show you the path on what you can do for yourself on the next bull run. Because you know, everyone in this crypto space pretends to be a good investor, makes money here and there, but a true investor is not determined by what the amount of money that he makes. Okay, making money in crypto during the bull run, of course, I'm not saying it's super easy, but even if you buy the most dumb project, you can make money. Of course, there's a difference between someone achieving a 10x and someone achieving a 1000x, because that's where the skills come from. But the true investor is determined by the time when it gets out. As I said, a lot of people, all they experience is this. They make money during a bull run, then they lose it again, they end up in the same position here. So this is a pattern that I see always repeating all the time. People flex the profits, then when prices come down, they cry. Now, this is going to be super important. How to cash out at the top. I'm going to keep it super simple for all of you to actually get the true idea on how I call last cycle and how you can call and get out at the best time on the next bull run, because next bull run is so near. So first is bull run length, halving length, sentiment, and mindset. The first two are more based on charts, more based on facts, and more based on history. Basically the last one, sentiment and mindset, are more a mindset trick which can help you a lot to get a clear understanding when to get out. I'm gonna go with bull run length. So everything in this market moves in cycles, right? Leave this drama that people said, oh, this time is different and all of these types of bullshit. I heard this sentence in 2017, people here called this time is different. In 2021, when I called the top, everyone turned negatively to me. They told me, you don't know what you're talking about. We got El Salvador, we got so much adoption, then look what happened. So everything is based on cycles, and this is not me saying that. This is basically charts showing that. So I'm going to keep it super simple. Let's go on the two previous bull cycles. So the last one was 2021. The one before 2021 was 2017. So we go from the bottom to the top and we calculate how many days the bull run was in. So we go at the bottom here on the week. By the way, I'm using one of the, I would say, the best chart, Bitstamp here, because it got all the history. So as you can see, we went from this bear market, which is the low in 2015 to 2017. It lasted for 1,064 days. Now look how crazy this is. If we apply from the bottom that was here to actually the top, look, it's exactly the same days, exactly. Look, it's all about history. I'm not showing that cycles are changing or any type of this bullshit. I'm showing history and what facts are talking about. So the first strategy you can apply is to just follow what the charts are saying and what the cycles are saying. So it's super simple. If you follow this thing here, on the previous bull run, imagine if you just got out on 1,000 days or even 900 days. I'm sure that you would get out somewhere at the top so near. So this is the first strategy you can utilize. Let me remove those things so you have a clear understanding right now. What if we apply from the bottom of it, we apply 1,064 days. I'm very sure that the bottom was probably on November, and based on that, we apply 1,064 days from here, and we can see that the time is around October, or I think it's November 2025. It's the same stuff, guys. So this is a strategy which you can utilize to actually get out at the top of the bull run. You don't need to go on 1,064 days exactly. Gradually take out the profits, I would say, on 900 and 1,000 days. This is something that you can develop by yourself, but you can get my understanding when it's the best time to get out. Now, this is based on bull run length, right? I'm gonna cover also the halving length, which correlates exactly with this thing. So let me remove those and let me show you based on halving how much it lasts. It's the same type of stuff. So I have the history here, Bitcoin halving days, and we're gonna go with the second halving because the first one was kind of when Bitcoin launched and it was so hard to anticipate what's bull run and what's bear market. We couldn't have a proper name, and we're gonna go with the 2016 July 9, right? So we're gonna go with July 9, 2016. 2016 is something like here. Yeah, let's call it right here. It's nothing like if we do 1 day or 2 day more. It was July or June, let me check. July, okay. July's, yeah, let me check. Yeah, July 9, okay, it's good. So as you can see here, it lasted for 580 days. So this is a math based on the halving length. So how much bull run lasts depending after halving events. So as you can see, in the 2017, it lasted 518 days after the halving. If we apply the same strategy based actually right now on the last halving that we had in 2020, that was May 11, I think, yeah, we can get this. Let's go. May 11, 2020 is something like, yeah, here, look. 553 days, it was a little bit more extended. Right now you can get a better idea when to get out. You don't need to actually, of course these numbers might change with 10 days, 5 days or a few days more here and there, but you see how similar the difference is here. You can see and get a proper understanding that if we apply these metrics, and let's say we don't need to aim for 500 days, we go even on 490 something days, and we go from the bottom, we go, let's say 400 and let's call it like that. Let's go with just, sorry, because I did my mistake, I did it from the bottom. I'll call it from April, I think April 26, yeah, April 26 on the halving. So April 26 is something like here. Let me check so I can apply it. Let's go 22 because I'm on weekly time frame. I need to go back and it's gonna take some time. So if we apply 400 and let's call it 470 days, you can see that it correlates exactly like that. It's almost near. On the bull cycle length, we get a time frame, for example, October, November, while the halving shows probably August. Now, of course, you can't get out at the top of the bull run with, look, I'm gonna sell everything right now. Of course, you need to go gradually. So let's say you go on 469 days, you cash out 30%. Then after 10 more days, you cash out another 20%. But this is how you can actually get a proper understanding when the top will be. It's exactly the same things, because this thing has worked not just once. If it worked once, I would say, okay, it's kind of luck or stuff like that. But it's the same type of stuff repeating again and again, and it will repeat again in 2025. So don't make this mistake and live on this idea that this time is different or any of this type. So it's bullshit. So these strategies, bull run length and halving length, you can get before basically the actual time frame, which is based on the cycles. One strategy are those which you can actually utilize based on the charts and based on the history. The third one, which is sentiment, which I'm gonna give you a really unique game here. I'm gonna reveal so much game that you will love. So look, I remember, let me remove those. I remember when I called the top and I told to people at 58K to get out, everyone turned negatively to me. So one of the reasons why I call the top is exactly from the sentiment. So sentiment plays a key role into the marketplace. You know that all the crowd is always wrong, and you know that the herd is always wrong, but you need to understand that this is an institutional game. What I mean with this, institution, big dogs, whales, and people that control this market are always there to manipulate and to trick you. So when I saw that everyone here at 58K region was getting super bullish, I kind of noticed something that I said, look, people are getting super bullish that we are so much up right now. And the price action actually didn't make sense. Like we had this kind of dip and then we were struggling, we were going up. We couldn't have like a healthy trend to the upside like we saw here. So I recognized that the trend was kind of going sideways and struggling to break to the upside. Plus, what made most of the sense to me is that I stopped and I thought to myself, look, we got in this time the biggest adoption that we ever seen. So last cycle we saw the biggest adoption that we ever seen for crypto. We got countries that bought crypto. We got El Salvador, that never happened before. It was the best news ever, I would say. You got Michael Saylor, institutional money joining so hard. You got even the richest guy in the world buying crypto. Now, what do you want more? That's the question. And when I actually ask myself why the market is not pumping, I actually recognize that all of those fear and all of those hype, all of those hype and all of these sentiments that were pushed into the marketplace, that everyone was so hyped will go to 100K, 20K, was completely a fake sentiment, and it was completely dumb, because we never went to 100K or all of these types of bullshit. We never did that. And people lost all their money, but that's the fear they push into the marketplace. And I just made a calculation which was so simple. I asked myself, look, we got El Salvador, we got Elon Musk, we got countries adopting crypto, we got institutional money, even banks adopting crypto. We saw banks here adopting crypto and providing custody for crypto. When I saw this news, I asked myself, why the price is not pumping when we got the most bullish events? And I asked myself, how are we gonna go to 100K when we have the most bullish events and the price is not pumping? Like, who'd pump the price to 100K? Retails? Who'd pump? Retails that put 10K, 1K, $500? We all know that it's never going to happen. So when I saw that Michael Saylor, El Salvador, Elon Musk, institutional money couldn't pump more the price, and we saw this consolidation, I told to myself, look, this is the time to get out, because this is completely a fake sentiment and it's all based on euphoria. So what you can do and how you can utilize this type of stuff to actually get out the top of the bull run next cycle. I'm not saying that you need to go always into the opposite direction because crowd is always wrong, because you might also go in the opposite direction right now that everyone is bullish, for example, let's call it like that. But the problem is that the bull run hasn't even started. So last time, everything of those ticked. We saw bull run length, it was exactly the same. Halving length, exactly the same. Then the sentiment came in. It was correlated also with price action, and there were 3 factors or more than 3 factors that made me sell at the top. And I said, look, I'm gonna get out. I don't care if I'm wrong. I made most of my money. So that's what I suggested to people. And the lesson here is not just, you know, something that everyone is super bullish and you get into the opposite direction, because that's a dumb move. You need to mix it with other factors. This is super important. So go back again and listen to that carefully. You need always to mix it with other factors, which I told you. So what can happen? Let's say we are end of 2025 here, and you see peak euphoria, you see countries buying again crypto, you got ETFs, BlackRock, all the institution, Bitcoin goes to 100K, let's call it something like here. Everyone is super bullish, everyone calls here, we're gonna go to 200K and stuff like that, and you got peak euphoria. But you can see that price action is moving something like that. It's not pumping again linearly like it goes in a bull run. In bull run, it goes like this. And if it goes like this, it consolidates, it kind of shows something. Plus, it correlates with it correlates also with the bull run length. It correlates with halving length. And you can understand that you might say, for example, we got the most bullish adoption here. If the price is not pumping, it's likely to be the top, because that's exactly what repeated here. They push up the fake hype, which they always do. At the top, you'll see Forbes article, 500K per Bitcoin, $1 million, and all these types of bullshit. So they hype people out that crypto gonna reshape the world, and they dump on your heads. So mix it always the sentiment with other factors. It's very important, and I would say it's the most important thing, the sentiment, but you need always to mix it with bull run length, with halving length, and also with the price action of Bitcoin, because as I said, it makes no sense going into the opposite direction because you know that crowd is wrong, going at the bottom. Imagine if you sold at the bottom because you think that everyone is bullish. Like, it need to make sense. It doesn't need to be just like, look, crowd is wrong, I'm gonna sell it. So these are the 3 most important factors, which of course you need to practice into the market, but I'm sure that this free training is gonna help you a lot at the top of the bull run next time to actually probably get out at the best time. There's no need always to be the type of guy that try to actually get at the exact top. You can't get out at the exact top at, let's say, 69k, but the important is to get something near. Now, the last thing that I would tell to you guys is more like a mindset games, while these three ones were more like in charts and more into the perspective. Even sentiment was kind of the mindset, but the last one is very important, which I've experienced by myself, one of the biggest mistakes that I've did and also a lot of people do. So pretend, I always tell even to my members on my group, get out when the money that you've won makes an impact in your life. So what I mean with this, let's say you put 1k and you make 100k, and that's the first money that you put in crypto and you've never earned 100k before in crypto. Now, if you did that, 100% go and cash it out, guys. There's a big difference between getting the first money in crypto and being a veteran crypto. So let's say if I have an investment and I make, let's say I put 1k, I make 500k, right? And I cash that out. So I got 500k booked. And then I put another investment, I put 1k and I make 100k. Now that's my risk, and that's why I'm comfortable to risk, because I made most of the money before. But the big mistake that I see guys doing right now is that they put 1k, they make 100k. It's the first time, they never made that money before in crypto. It's big, it impacts their life, of course, it changes their lives, but they go and they aim for 500k. I would say something, no matter how sure you are that, let's say you put 1k to 100k and you're even being 100% sure that it will go to 500k and you can actually make 400k more, right? I would definitely get out at 100k, because it makes no sense. If you lose that 100k, it will actually impact your life in sense that you could have achieved more. So always have this mindset game. Get out on the top of the bull run makes an impact in your life. I would always be wrong and make money, rather than I would always be wrong and make zero money. So it's better to get out near the top and even get out a little bit earlier rather than never. So keep this principle in mind. It's super important, and you don't need to be greedy for no reason. Learn how to play this game smart. And if you want to play this game smarter, I'll highly recommend to check in my group. We got over 50x opportunities right now. We got Nicholas last cycle. He actually bought a home in Netherlands. You can check the testimonial, but made over 100x. And you got many other success stories, which you got all of those testimonials on my IG highlights. I'll highly recommend. It's all about long term. It's none of this trading or any of this short term related stuff. So factual proofs, not words, not bullshit. Just click the button below and learn how to achieve 50x or 100x. See you.